This video is the result of months of research, trying to list as many old Minecraft mods together with their date of release to ultimately find the oldest one. In this video I'll be going over the 100 oldest ones I found, starting with the quote-unquote newest one. Please keep in mind that I'll definitely not cover all mods from this era, since I could have forgotten some, and amateur mods like this one, they don't count. We're looking for mods that just got a little attention, had effort put into them, and actually serve some purpose at all. Not like this one that just changes every block to fucking life. Most of these mods were handpicked, since some mods were too plain or boring to include. Just a little warning, if you were playing Minecraft in an active community around 2009 to 2011, this might get a little nostalgic for you. I should also note that I did not grow up in this era, far from it, but am incredibly fascinated by it. I contacted many OG players and tried to be as accurate as possible. Now, let's get into it. If you want to see the list and not hear me talk about how I researched this video, then use this video's timestamps to get there. Creating a list of this many mods is not easy, especially finding when some were created or released. I started by reading through some posts of other people asking this question on forums like Reddit, where I found answers talking about some of the oldest ones. Finding release dates for these, however, was quite a lot harder. I found some links through old YouTube mod reviews, but since a lot of them were broken or down, I had to use the archive.org Wayback Machine to find an older saved version of the site, track down a release date and note that down. I mainly use sites like Minecraft Forum, CurseForge, Feed the Beasts Forum, and Planet Minecraft for other dates. A big thank you to people who archived these sites and YouTubers who did these mod reviews, especially the Yogscast. To start off, I handpicked only a few mods from 2012. Most mods in this video are from 2011, some from 2010, and only a handful from 2009. Starting off with the newest mod on this list, we have Too Many Ores by Elnikaz, a mod released on July 27th, 2012. This mod added 5 new ores along with their respective tools and armor. The mod's Minecraft forum page was abandoned, and there is currently no proper way of downloading this mod. Next is the Universal Electricity mod by Calclavia. This isn't a mod that adds new blocks or items per se, but it adds an API for other developers to easily implement electricity and electricity related items into Minecraft. The last supported version was 1.6.2 and the project has been abandoned since then. At place 98 we have Iron Chests. This mod used to be an add-on to the older Industrial Craft 2 mod, which we'll be talking about later, but it later became an independent mod. This mod also adds new tiers of chests. There's iron chests, diamond chests, gold chests, and so on. You can also upgrade a chest using the included upgrade chest item. The higher the tier, the bigger the storage of that chest. The last mod from 2012 we'll be covering, released on January 25th, is the Grey Goo mod by StevenRS11. This mod adds many different types of goo. They have different functions and properties based upon their colors. Some goos eat blocks and spread around your world, some only infect liquid blocks. This is a pretty strange mod. At spot 96 we have the RC mod by Skurp, released on December 9th, 2011. This mod adds multiple vehicles that can be controlled using a remote controller. The mod includes a plane, a jet, a helicopter, and a car. Next up is Farmcraft, a huge mod released on December 3rd, 2011. This mod, developed by Azenor, turns Minecraft into a magical world with spells, wands, and many new blocks, items, and mobs. The mod itself is quite complex, so I'd recommend you download it for yourself. It is currently on CurseForge, and while it hasn't actually been updated in 4 years, is still a great experience nonetheless. The next mod on our list might be quite familiar to you. Released on November 17th, 2011, it is Mo Creatures, a mod developed by Dr. Zark that adds loads of new and cool mobs to the game. These mobs make the game feel much more alive, and this mod is a classic when it comes to OG Minecraft. Although it is very old, the mod was updated until 4 years ago and is now stuck on version 1.12.2. Next is Convenient Inventory by ShadowAlex1, released on November 5th, 2011. The mod adds more inventory shortcuts, like more mouse keybinds to pick up items, half stacks or full stacks. Some of these options were actually eventually added to the real game. Another popular mod you may remember is the Forestry mod by Sir Sanger. It was released on October 9th, 2011. The basic idea of this mod, as the creator states it, is that tree farming got boring, hence why this mod adds new tools and items exactly for that. The mod also adds more technical blocks that remind me of the more modern Create mod. Released on October 8th, 2011, the Weeping Angels mod by A_Dizzle adds the new Weeping Angel creature to the game, a creature from the famous Doctor Who series. When it's daytime or there is a light source, the angel will only move towards you when you're not looking at it. It will also actively try to destroy torches and other sources of light, because when it's dark, it will run towards you at all times, and looking at it will only give you a buff, making it a little easier to run from. These things are terrifying, and they come with 2 new blocks as well. Next up is Advanced HUD, a mod released by TurboSlow on October 6th, 2011. If you didn't already know, HUD stands for Heads Up Display. It's basically stationary text and information on the screen in a game like the hotbar, health bar and so on. This mod allows you to further customize this part of the game. It adds minimaps, light meters and even allows the repositioning of all current HUD elements. Coming in at place number 89 is the Tale of Kingdoms mod by Tiber Alex, released on September 24th, 2011. This is an adventure RPG mod that allows you to grow your own kingdom with custom NPCs. You need to prove your worth as a king and fight against other kingdoms to rise in the ranks. You can even sell and buy items at set prices, which even works with other mods' items. Ever wanted to have tools made of obsidian? Well, Fisco Headshot 86's Obsidian Tools mod, released on August 28th, 2011, has got you covered. This mod adds obsidian swords, pickaxes, axes, chest plates, even bows, and so much more. Next we have the Twilight Forest mod by Benematic, released on August 19th, 2011. This mod adds new dimensions, filled with trees, and new blocks and mobs. Some of these mobs are friendly, but some are scarier than anything you've ever seen in Minecraft. It's like stepping into a beautiful fantasy world and a horror one at night. Mind Factory Reloaded by Power Crystals, released on August 16th, 2011, is the next mod on our list. Like the mod is based upon, it adds new types of rails and ways to automatically plant crops and farm animals. There are lots of automation mods on this list, so be prepared to hear about a lot more. Next is Apothecarium by Louise Gem, released on August 8th, 2011. This mod allows you to create potions by brewing reagents together in a cauldron, and the result is defined by mathematical formulas instead of fixed recipes, which means that every combination yields a result. It's actually quite similar to a data pack I released called Elemental, but more on that on my second channel. The Tropicraft mod, released on August 7, 2011, adds a whole new tropical dimension to the game. Its creator mentions it was inspired by a holiday to Puerto Rico. There are native islanders, volcanoes and many new plants and trees to admire. Next up we have a Minecraft mod that adds Pokemon to Minecraft. No, it's not Pixelmon, it's actually a mod called Pokemobs, released on August 2nd, 2011. While the project never got further than to add 15 of the original 151 Pokemon, it also added Pokeballs, a custom experience and a level system, biomes, a party system and more. This mod might have been the inspiration for the now popular Pixelmon. Next up is a mod created by someone who is now a full-time developer at Mojang Studios. It's King B-Dogs. He of course created the incredibly famous Aether mod. This mod adds a new dimension, accessed by placing water in a glowstone block portal. Some even speculated that his addition to the company could lead to a new dimension for the game, and maybe that's what the ancient city portals are actually for. Ever wanted to fly through your world with a literal plane, helicopter or even a zeppelin? That's what Blackmagic's Zeppelin mod, released on July 20th, 2011 is for. The new controller item can be used to control airships, ships, elevators and even turntables. You've probably used some minimap mod at one point or another, but one of the oldest ones I found was Ray's minimap, released on July 17th, 2011. Like other minimap mods, this mod adds a minimap to your HUD that shows a beautiful top-down render of your surroundings. It also maps caves and allows you to place waypoints to teleport to. Released on July 16th, 2011, Atomic Striker's Battle Towers mod adds cool new tower structures to your world. When entering these towers alone or with a friend, a battle starts on every layer with custom mobs and bosses. At the top of the tower stands a custom final boss and some loot for you and your friends to collect. The Ropes Plus mod by Atomic Striker, released on July 10th, 2011, adds ropes, a hookshot and elemental arrows to the game. You can shoot these ropes and climb up them. The hookshot item feels incredibly realistic and smooth, and I love for this to be added to the actual game. Next up is another famous mod called Fossils and Archaeology. It was released on July 8th, 2011 by Flammarilva. As the name suggests, this mod adds fossils and new items to find and analyze those fossils with DNA. I'm only scratching the surface here because I don't have a lot of time. However, if you want to learn more, make sure to visit this mod's CurseForge page, which is still very active. Have you ever played a Katamari game? If not, let me quickly sum it up for you. You roll around as a ball, and anything you touch gets caught up in that ball, which grows your ball until you're basically a world destroyer. The Katamini Damacraft mod by Ultra Moogleman adds this to Minecraft, and it is amazing. Because of what this mod does, it requires you to have quite a good CPU, but I'd recommend trying it out yourself. Pam's mods, released on June 26, 2011, is a huge compilation of mods created by Pam. It includes Pam's Harvest Craft, a mod that adds over 50 new crops, Wee Flowers that adds a ton of new flowers, and so much more. I'll quickly list every included mod. Tempered Plants, Mob Drop Crops, Desert Craft, Glass Extended, Random Plants, Pam's Get All the Seeds, Pam's Clay Spawn, Pam's Huge Mushroom Spawn, Pam's Melon Spawn, and Pam's Simple Recipes. Have you ever thought that Minecraft was lacking environmental sounds? Well, Hurricane's Matmos mod has got you covered. It looks for your current biome and surroundings and plays matching sound effects like the chirps of a bird, rumbling noises near a lava lake, or gusts of wind on a mountain. Next up is Red Power by Eloram. This is another technical mod for Minecraft that adds new wiring systems, 8-digit displays, and so much more for those who are into these kinds of electrical mods. Next up is Equivalent Exchange, a mod released on the same day as Red Power, June 6, 2011. This mod adds a way to exchange items for an equal amount of other items. For example, you can exchange 4 iron bars for 1 diamond and so much more. Before version 1.13 rolled around, swimming wasn't actually a mechanic in Minecraft, but this mod from June 4th, 2011 did add that to the game. And not just that, it added alternative swimming, diving and flying, as well as crawling and sliding. This mod was truly ahead of its time, since even crawling was added in a later version. On June 1st, 2011, Kodachi Zero released the Peach Dudes mod. This mod adds seemingly harmless peaches that grow on trees, but when you try to take one, It runs away in fear, screaming as you chase it around, with a sad look on its face. When you eventually catch one, it drops a delicious peach food item for you to enjoy. Another mod released on June 1st is Uranium by Book. This mod adds uranium ores to the game, as well as nuclear weapons and even nukes. Nuclear explosions also turn some mobs into mutants, mutated versions of mobs. You might play or have played Team Fortress 2. I certainly have played it once or twice, since it's made by Valve, the company who also made my favorite game, Portal. While this Minecraft mod by Pitman87 released on May 22nd, 2011 as teleporters, sentries and dispensers from Team Fortress 2, as well as many other items and blocks from the game. Have you ever felt lonely while playing Minecraft? No? What do you mean you have? Well, this mod has just the thing for you. On May 16th, Mr. Okushama released the Friend mod. It adds a player-like mob to the game that you can configure to your liking. These mobs have their own inventories, custom GUI, and so much more to cure the loneliness you all probably have while watching my video. Next up is Inventory Tweaks by Jemoam. I think a ton of you might know what this mod is about. It added new features to the inventory, like more mouse clicking options, an easier to use menu, and so much more. The next mod by Space Toad, released on April 25th, 2011, is called Buildcraft. This mod allows you to build advanced structures and mechanisms. It's another one of those technical mods with pipes, robots, automatic farms, and way more stuff I'm not gonna go too deep into. Next up is a mod that adds finite liquid to the game. It's Jocelyn's Finite Liquid mod, released on April 15, 2011. This mod, while being over 10 years old, adds a better and more advanced water flowing system than we have in Minecraft today. The water overflows if more is added, and instead of the source staying at all times, it now spreads out instead. There are modern mods and data packs that replicate this mechanic, but this mod was truly revolutionary at the time. Flower Child's Better Than Wolves mod does not add wolves. Instead, it adds a ton of new mechanics that totally overhaul the gameplay experience, unlike the updates Mojang now rolls out themselves. Surprisingly, this mod was actually updated until April 9th, 2021, so it was updated for almost 10 years. The next mod is one that everyone has heard of. That's right, it's Optifine. Optifine was first released on April 8th, 2011 by SP614X. We all know what it does, but the first versions were of course less advanced than what we know them to be today. It hugely boosted your FPS, added many more video settings, and it eventually received shader support. We all know that guns do not fit into the peaceful game that Minecraft is, but this mod by Just Don't Do It aims to change that. It adds guns, but more in the style of Minecraft. There are stone guns, iron guns, diamond guns, and a shotgun. All of them also require the added bullets as ammo. Many people like to put all their mods into one big compilation. One of those is Roundaround's mods. It adds a ton of its own mods, and here's them all. Better Skies, Crystal Clear Waters, Minecraft Unleashed, Lava Boat, which is now obsolete since we have Striders, Lightstone Torch, One Way Glass, Pluck and Share, and Zombie Drop. These are all smaller mods, hence why they're in a compilation, but together they greatly enhance the gameplay experience. Next up is Cookeve9's Biome Colors mod, released on March 28, 2011. Another mod that is obsolete in the modern versions, since it added color transitions between worlds, like we have today. It transitions the color of grass, water, and more. The next mod by Hippopotamus, released on March 28, 2011, is one that inspired Notch to add pistons to Minecraft in beta 1.7. This was of course the piston mod that added pistons and sticky pistons to the game. When Notch eventually added pistons himself, this mod went on to add more features to them, like mob launching, which became obsolete when the slime block got this functionality. The next mod's name I can easily pronounce with my knowledge of the French language from school. Millénaire. This mod by Kinnikin, released on March 27, 2011, aims to fill the emptiness of the game with NPCs who live in typical Norman towns. These NPCs perform everyday tasks, have families, and trade with each other. The next mod was released on March 14, 2011 by the Hippomonster21. His Dragons mod adds dragons to the game that you can tame, train, and ride with the right gear and items. It also adds scale swords, crafted like normal swords but using scales dropped by dragons. Haven't got enough of all those fantasy styled mods from Minecraft? Well, Morgaze Wizardcraft, released on March 10, 2011, has got you covered. Wizardcraft adds RPG style magic to Minecraft. It gives you a mana bar and allows you to craft and enchant elemental staffs that use your mana to cast spells with varying effects. Next up is Pfeif's mod, also released on March 10, 2011. It adds the allocator, which sucks in items at the input and throws them out at the output. You have to keep in mind the droppers didn't actually exist back then. It also adds jump pads, trapped chests, which are now in the game, and light sensors, which are also in the game now. Thus it is a very revolutionary mod. The next mod by Aichun is another classic. It is of course the Portal Gun mod, released on March 9, 2011. If you are not familiar with the Portal series, then what the fuck, go buy it. It's only $7 at most, and I promise you won't regret it. But yeah, the Portal Gun is added and you can walk from blue to orange and back. The only thing missing here is that you actually can't see through them, but later and more new mods added this feature too. On March 4, 2011, Clintonio released the Nature Overhaul mod. In the new Nature Overhauled world, forests will grow, flourish, then die, and they will expand and then contract. Saplings will grow from trees, fly on the wind, and then spawn a new tree where they fall. All in all, this mod makes Minecraft's forest way more realistic. Another mod by Clintonio, released on the same day, is Mod Options. With this mod, other modders could more easily implement a configuration menu for their mods. It has an easy to understand API, and many mods at the time utilized its features. Next up is yet another famous mod released on February 27, 2011. It's Industrial Craft by Allblocka. Industrial crafts add various new blocks, items and devices supposed to advance the industrial aspect of Minecraft to the next level. You get better furnaces, new fuels, electric energy and more. Flan's mod, released on February 26, 2011, adds new modern combat items. This includes planes, many types of guns, bullets and bombs. In 2015 the mod got an Apocalypse update, adding mechs, new biomes and so much more stuff to enjoy. The next mod by Peachan3 was released on February 14th, but the mod is not as romantic as its release date may give away. The Airships and Pirates mod adds what its name implies, airships and new pirate mobs that control them, making for grueling battles. Minecraft isn't very realistic, especially in the fact that sleeping does not change the world at all. This mod by King Runes, released on February 12, 2011, aims to change just that. With Somnia, the world is simulated while the player sleeps, so that by morning the world has progressed as though the time had actually passed. This will mean that furnaces will continue to smelt ores, mobs will spawn and despawn, and machines such as quarries from other mods will also run. Next up is Jurassic Craft by Hardcore Badger, released on February 10, 2011. It lets you travel to a different world, billions of years in the past, where dinosaurs still exist and they roam free. You can kill them, interact with them, or get killed by them. There are tons of dinosaur types to see. Another mod by Kodachi Zero is the Fairy mod, released on February 6, 2011. This mod of course adds fairies, but it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Fairies can be very nice or very angry, depending on which ones you encounter. Kodachi mentions that they combine female, cute, challenging, and obscure in this mod. Have you ever wandered around a huge desert longing to find something, but all you can find are cacti and more sand? Well, the Buried Treasures mod by Club559, released on February 2nd, 2011, allows you to find buried treasures in sand biomes. It's a simple mod that adds treasures to a game that you can only find in the sand. The next two mods were released by Sunrise Moon on February 1st, 2011. The first one is Bottle of Magic. It adds water and lava bottles that allow you to plant grass, create mossy stone, and more. The lava bottles allow you to set things on fire more easily. The second mod is Portable Grills. As its name implies, this mod adds a portable grill item and block that allow you to cook food in any situation, even in a cave. This mod is useless now since the campfire added this functionality to the vanilla game. Next is a very small mod by Ryan Lollies, the Ice Cream mod. It adds ice cream as well as yellow sprinkles, red sprinkles, and ice cream in a cup. By crafting them together, you can create your own ice cream combos. Going from a small mod, we now have another famous mod with over 100 million downloads on CurseForge. It's Too Many Items by Markley Pie, released on January 23rd, 2011. As you probably know, this mod makes inventory managing easier. You can view the recipes of every item, and in creative mode it allows for a more advanced item searching method. Next up is a more obscure mod called Insta Structures by Turtleman. Insta Structures allows you to create structures in an instant by using user created templates. Anyone can make and upload a template for others to instantly place in their world. The mod is abandoned, but other mods like Schematica have taken its place. Another less known mod released on January 15th, 2011 is Voodoo Craft by Sir Awesomelot. This mod lets you kill mobs to get their souls, and then you can craft those souls into soul runes, which when activated by redstone summon the mob that the soul was taken from. Next are O-Calories Competent Creatures. Every mob has gotten a lot stronger, they have new abilities, buffed attacks, and higher attack damage. For example, creepers have a double-sized explosion, zombies are faster, and spiders can now jump. Denhenda's Mods is a more obscure compilation of mods released on January 12th, 2011. First, it adds the crafting and smelting of gravel to flint, it disables destroying farmland when walking on it, and it makes all leaves walk through. Next we have a more popular mod compilation called Daft PVF's Mod. I will not name every included mod, but it includes the following. Treecapitator destroys an entire tree when you mine the bottom of it, the Crystal Wing lets you teleport back to your spawn point, the Slime Boots increase your jump height, and Floating Ruins adds patches of land ripped out of the ground and launched into the sky with ruins on them, full of enemies and loot. The mod compilations do not stop coming. Here are some more mods by Sir Awesomelot released on January 10th, 2011. First is Sapling Happy, a mod that simply makes trees drop 4 saplings with every leaf you mine. Second mod in this compilation is Dark Lava. By crafting together obsidian and a lava bucket, you get dark lava, and when you mine this new block, a lava source will appear right out of it. You might start recognizing some of these mod creators' names. Another mod by Kodachi0 released on January 7th is Charlotte mod. This mod adds a new player-like mob, Charlotte, who can be very helpful and loyal to you throughout your adventures. When she is far from you, she calls you to wait up, and she can even carry items for you. Have you ever played a game in the Myst series? Don't worry, XCOM Voices Mystcraft adds all the blocks, enemies, items, and lore of that game series to Minecraft. It allows for the riding of and travel to new dimensions called ages. Next up is No Heroes More Health mod, released on January 1st, 2011. This mod revamps Minecraft's health system to make it more Zelda-like. This means having heart containers increase your maximum health dropped by bosses, or you can gain health when gaining experience in the game. This was also a very popular mod at the time. We'll now cover a few mods from 2010, and these are starting to get pretty old, but I still have some from 2009. The Ultimate Fist mod by Madaraz was released on December 31st, 2010. The mod adds the Ultimate Fist item that lets you one-hit blocks and items. It's very overpowered. Up next is the Coral Reef mod by Nandenalt, released on December 29th, 2010. As its name suggests, this mod adds coral reef biomes to the game, which is useless now because of the update Aquatic. It also adds scuba diving using the scuba helmet item. Next is the Boulders mod by Ogreshawn, released on December 21st, 2010. This mod adds the 10 builder mobs. These mobs will build all over your world by placing blocks and building structures. The builds they make can also be easily edited as text files. So there was one mod that I didn't find a specific date for. All I know is that it was released in December of 2010. The mod is Bucket. You probably know Bucket as a server modification tool. It acts as an API for other developers to write plugins. Bucket was later acquired by Mojang. Next up is More Creeps and Weirdos by Freakstwitch, released on December 16th, 2010. The mod adds weird and creepy mobs supposedly created from failed experiments. The mod also adds a ton of achievements linked to these strange creatures. Another human mod is Humans Plus by Mr. Okushama. The mod adds many new human types, assassins, settlers, fighting samurai and more. These human mobs will spawn randomly in generated towns scattered all over your world. These days Minecraft has a ton of commands, but in 2010 it was quite lacking. Single player commands by Simo415 changed this on December 6th, 2010. It adds hundreds of new commands, including some compatible with the earlier released World Edit mod, but more on that later. APIs are cool, right? Well, in 2010, adding a custom GUI to Minecraft was far from the easiest task. Lawrand's GUI API changes this by adding an accessible API for modders to modify and create a new GUI for Minecraft. Another very famous old mod pack was Zombies mod pack, made by Tanzanite and released on December 1st, 2010. When it was released, it contained things like Zombies Fly mod, which allowed you to fly before that was officially added, and Zombies Cheat mod, adding hacks and cheats to the game. Many more things were added, a lot to cover, but this is also one of the first mods I got sent when I asked OG players for their oldest Minecraft mod memories. Next I have a more obscure mod, Miner Love by Club559, released on November 30th, 2010. The mod's official page has been removed, leaving no trace of what the mod was about. Supposedly the mod added quality of life features for mining, like bigger veins, more crafting recipes and other things I cannot find anything about. If you know more, make sure to comment. Next up we have another mod compilation, Time Roots Mods, released on November 26, 2010. The mod adds many things including Steep Stairs, a mod that turns two stairs on top of each other into one steep stair. There's Smart Stairs, a mod that adds more stair combinations, which were then later added, or Scaffolding, which was also in a later Minecraft update. You might know about this mod, SDK's mods and especially SDK's gun mod, released on November 25th, 2010. While guns do not fit the game, it's crazy to think someone actually managed to add them with different types, ammo and more all the way back in 2010. As you would expect, the mod page blew up with over 500 pages of posts and reactions. Okay, we're getting even more obscure with Metros Arrows Extended, released on November 22nd, 2010. The mod adds iron and leather bows and a slot in the inventory specifically for your arrows. It's just a really small mod. Here's a trip down memory lane, another mod that many OG players suggested to me. Auto Kart was released on November 8th, 2010. This mod was created by Zombie or Tanzanite. The mod lets you more easily control the direction of a minecart. You can stop it at any time and reverse it. The mod packs keep on coming. Here's Rizugami's mods, also released on November 8th, 2010. It adds too many mods to cover, but here are a few of my favorites. Elemental Arrows adds explosive fire and ice arrows to the game. The Biosphere mod adds a new world type with spheres and tiny biosystems inside of them. Here's one of the oldest minimap mods from Minecraft, called Zan's Minimap, released on November 6th, 2010. Like other minimap mods, it adds a map that shows the surrounding terrain, it adds waypoints that you can teleport to, and even has different layers for deeper caves or higher areas. Ever wanted to tinker with Minecraft's terrain algorithms? Well, Biome Terrain by Buckley, released on November 4th, 2010, is just that. This mod allows the alteration to Minecraft's biome and terrain generation controls / algorithms. This includes altering physical terrain generation, biome size / types, ore deposits, surface material generation, and much more. Yet another small and obscure mod is Maxi Stack by Darkness 2. The mod sets your maximum stack size to 128 instead of the previous and still existing 64. The Cloth Color Options mod by Zvonimir Quinn, what a nightmare of a name, released on October 26, 2010. It adds an easier way to color your cloth. You can craft dyes, apply them to a paintbrush and simply paint your cloth, or wool as it is now known, in any color. The top 10 is finally here. What mod will come out as the first and oldest? Number 10 is Wickedy's Subterranean SMP mod. It changes the world generation to be one big cavern or cave to explore. It's more dangerous, more fun to explore, and makes for a great multiplayer experience. You can even mine the bottom of the world, as it's now replaced with obsidian. Number 9 is one of the most famous mods of all time. I'm of course talking about World Edit by SK89Q, released on September 30th, 2010. How could I not include this mod? It might have been more bare bones and less powerful 12 years ago, but some of its commands were in the oldest versions. It allows players to easily create bigger buildings by filling up large areas with a single block, replacing them with another, or raising and lowering mountains. Up next is Minecraft's oldest minimap mod ever, Simple Map by Mr. Messiah, released on September 29th, 2010. The mod of course added a minimap, waypoints, and everything else you know the map mods to be. The mod was short-lived however, since Notch did not like the way that Mr. Messiah was spreading the mod. He was sharing a modified version of what was basically the game's source code, which was not good for Notch of course. The mod was taken down, but it lives on as the oldest minimap mod in our hearts. I've talked about Bucket on this list, but it was actually the replacement for a different mod, HMod by HeyZero, released on August 6, 2010. Like Bucket, the mod adds support for plugins and easier access to a server console and parsing output. On its Minecraft forum page, the creator mentions he's happy with the replacement since he got bored of the game after a while. The final 6 mods are all from 2009. Did I say Simple Map was the oldest map mod? Well, I wasn't lying, since this is the oldest server-side minimap mod by Goober, released on December 12, 2009. The minimap isn't as advanced and only shows a small area with player positions. Surprisingly, the mod did not garner much attention, since its mod page has only 2 pages to scroll through. Maybe it's because it just didn't catch on, or because the player base was quite tiny at the time. Another obscure mod in the top 5? Yeah, mods weren't really incredibly popular back in 2009, and this is the Desert mod by Tomry11. It turns Minecraft's plains biome into desert. Grass blocks are sand, dying trees were added, new flowers, new hut, mummy mobs, stone golems, and cobble spiders. It baffles me that mods from 2009 had the ability to code in literally new mobs, even if they were just retextures of old mobs with the same AI. At spot number 4 we have a mod with only one page on the forums. The Unhealthy mod by Roadcrosser was released on November 7th, 2009, meaning I turned 3 years old when this mod was released. It adds a ton of unhealthy items to the game. These include candy corn, drumsticks, coke, burgers, pizza, fries, cheese, honey, pop rocks, pepper and salt, gummy worms, gummy bears, jelly beans and chocolate. It's quite ironic that honey now actually exists in the game. Who is the first to make the top 3? One of the first posts on the mod discussion forum of Minecraft Forum is a black and white mod by Snake. Also, I'm starting to notice these same people commenting on these posts, so this is definitely the very beginning of the modding scene for Minecraft. As the mod's name suggests, the entire game has a black and white look, excluding the water outside of the map boundaries, since the creator couldn't get that to work. Okay, hear me out. I know for a fact these mods are getting tinier while they're getting older. Don't be disappointed, the second oldest mod I was able to find was a mod by Dev by Nukes that makes lava and water turn into glass when touching, instead of cobblestone or obsidian. The mod was released on September 11th, 2009, and apart from being a pretty sad day, that was 117 days after the game started development. I once again noted that this was the oldest actual thing to consider being a mod on the Minecraft forum, since the number 1 spot was not on there, but it was on a separate website. So, after talking about 99 of Minecraft's oldest mods, from magical expansions to mods that make your stack size bigger, what is the oldest one? It's not really a mod. It's more a client, but clients are still mods because they modify the game's code. It's a client that opened a whole new world of options. I guess you could say World of Minecraft. That's right, the World of Minecraft client, a mod/client that added cheats and hacking features like no clip, speed and flying, is the oldest mod I could find. The oldest forum post on the official site is dated at August 8th, 2009. While there might be even older mods or other mods from 2009 or 2010 that I have missed, I think I did a pretty good job covering as many mods as I could possibly find in this video. This took hundreds of hours to make, so dropping a like and subscribing to the channel would mean the world to me. Thank you for watching and stay safe.